What's up, everyone? I am OATES on Bass, and today I'm reviewing the new Marilyn Manson album, We Are Chaos. Okay, so the new Marilyn Manson album came out about a month ago, and I haven't had a chance to listen to it, and I'm obviously behind on getting a review out, but, it's okay. Better late than never. That's what someone always said. So, what we're going to do is going to dive in. This is the first time I've had a chance to listen to any of the songs aside from anything that was released on the radio. And I only think that I heard one of the songs that was released. I know I heard We Are Chaos, but I don't think I've heard Don't Chase the Dead, which was another single, but I'll know when I get there if I heard it or not. One thing probably to get out there up front is I was never a huge Marilyn Manson fan. Like, I always enjoyed his songs, but I never really spent a lot of time listening aside from when he came on the radio. Didn't dislike him by any means, just wasn't my thing. But I can tell you, I was pretty excited when I heard We Are Chaos. I thought it was a really good song. I know I'm jumping ahead, but because of that, I got excited and actually wanted to check out this album, so that's why we're doing it. So let's get started. First song is called Red, Black, and Blue. So it actually opened up pretty cool, had this synth opening, but then it went into this spoken word opening, which personally, not a fan of. I get that's just a personal preference, but I'm not a fan. It kind of turned me off, but I will say, soon as the drums came in for the actual song, kind of pulled me right back in. And then immediately, this driving bass line into the verse kind of solidified. Pulled me back in, made it a little bit more forgiving for the spoken word stuff. The pre-chorus is actually really good. It's a great way to connect the verse and the chorus. Just kind of a straightforward rocking pre-chorus. And then the chorus is very reminiscent of old school Manson. Kind of reminded me of some of the stuff that he broke out with. So I would say this was actually a pretty strong start to the album, despite the spoken word intro, which again is just a personal preference thing. Let's get to the next one. This is We Are Chaos, the title track. And like I said, I've heard this song before. This is actually the track that I heard on the radio that got me excited to hear the album. So knowing that, I'm going to listen in context with the album and give a little bit more of an in-depth opinion. Okay, We Are Chaos. Just a fantastic song. So, one of the things about this album that I found really interesting when I was looking into it is that it was co-written and produced with Shooter Jennings, which, if you don't know, he's actually a country artist, but he does do a lot of producing outside of country. I was curious how that was going to play in, and I believe that this song, We Are Chaos, is actually a good representation of where that influence comes in. It doesn't sound country. I don't want you to think that. It's not the Marilyn Manson that I would think of. Again, I haven't spun all the albums. I haven't heard every track, but from what I have heard, it does seem like a little bit of a departure. This is just such a good song. This feels like what a modern power ballad should be, right? This is not the power ballad of the 80s anymore. We've come a long way from Poison. The next song is Don't Chase the Dead. This is the other song that was released before the album was released. I'm not sure if I've heard this or not. I'll find out when I hit play. Let's see. Okay, Don't Chase the Dead. I have not heard that song before, even though it was a single. Interesting little side note for all you Walking Dead fans. The music video actually features Norman Reedus. So, there you go. The song itself, straightforward, more of a Manson-style song, less of a departure, kind of a rock forward with the electronics underneath. It's good. It's got this another big, impactful chorus, just like We Are Chaos. Maybe not quite as dynamic as We Are Chaos, which really, when that chorus comes in, it kind of hits you. This one, it's definitely big and impactful. It's just not quite as big of a dynamic change. The bridge does this really nice job of creating tension and having it build up to ultimately resolve back to the chorus for the outro. I mean, I think this is a solid song. It's well executed, well written. Anyway, good song. Let's move on to the next one, which is Paint You With My Love. Okay, that was interesting. So when the song first started, my initial thought was, is this a love song? It kind of sounds like a mix between 60s doo-wop and modern country. I mean, it's really, really interesting, the sound, like the composition and the style that it starts out with. It got my interest. I was like, what is going on here? It drew me in. And then about halfway through, I kind of got bored with this unique sound. But literally right at the time when I was like, okay, I'm kind of over this song, it cuts to the bridge. And in the bridge, it starts to transform from this like doo-wop modern country mashup into kind of what you would more expect from a Manson song, screams and all, and it kind of ends on that note. And that transformation really that's some masterful composition and writing there. That's some cool stuff. I'm willing to bet this song gets better every time you hear it. The first time being a little bit more shocking and not really knowing what you're getting into. So yeah, I would definitely revisit the song. Okay, next up, Halfway and One Step Forward. Okay, Halfway and One Step Forward. It's a cool song. It's got this piano intro, and when it first comes on, it's kind of a familiar sound, and then the lyrics come in. One of the first things is talking about carnivals and state fairs, and soon as he sings those lines, all of a sudden the piano falls in. It's like, that's that familiarity. It kind of sounds like, I don't want to say carnival music because I think that minimizes it, but it's meant to portray that feeling, and it does a really good job of it. One of the things that it does through the most of the song is the piano's kind of in there the whole time, but what happens is there's this really cool like push and pull where the piano will be the main instrument. And then when the band comes in, the piano's still there, but it goes from being the main instrument to the supporting instrument, and it kind of goes back and forth, which is really cool. There's some amazing instrumentation in this song, and they really, really do a good job of layering all of these parts. It creates this depth in the song and this depth in the music that really draws you in. You can tell that there's just a ton there to absorb. So yeah, this is it's a good song. I enjoyed myself. Let's see if I enjoy myself in the next one. Infinite Darkness. Okay. Infinite Darkness. Really cool. This is probably one of my favorite songs so far. Opens up with a little bit of synth and then drops into this really brooding drum and bass driven verse. Really, really, really cool. One thing that's really cool about the verse in the song is you can hear all of the vocal layering that Marilyn Manson does. You can really hear deliberately all of the vocal layers that's put in, and he's kind of a master of that technique. The chorus is a banger. I mean, you get these 4 hits on the snare leading right into it. Bridge is a little bit of a departure, but it resolves right back where you need it to and brings you back into the song. Yeah, I'm a fan of this song. I think it's really well done. All right, let's dive into the next one. Next one is called Perfume. Oh, by the way, have you liked this video yet? Well, you should. Go ahead and give it a like right now. I mean, you're gonna want to by the end of the video anyway, so no time like the present. Perfume. Okay, Perfume. That is a really upbeat, fun song about living with the devil. I was just kind of bopping my head the whole time. I mean, it's got catchy lyrics, it's got a great hook. Honestly, if this song wasn't about Satan and had Satan said, you know, probably 20 times in the lyrics, I could really see this song like being on like the top 40 charts. Like it sounds, like I said, just upbeat and fun. I mean, it's just a good song. Like it draws you in. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed that very much. Okay, let's dive into the next song, which is Keep My Head Together. Okay, Keep My Head Together. This is a great song. This is a really good song. Starts off with a drum intro that usually, if the drums are done well, is going to pull me in pretty quick. Really great riff-driven song. It's another rocker. This could really be a hit song. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised at all if it was a single that's released. Bridge is dope. It elevates you up. It kind of makes you feel like floaty. That's a technical term, floaty. Fantastic song. Keep My Head Together. Okay, we got, what, 2 more songs? Next one is Solve Coagula. Solve Coagula. Okay. Let's see how this one's going. Oh, also, this is probably a good time for you to just subscribe to the channel. Yeah, subscribe. Because. Okay. Solve Coagula. Man, this is another really, really good song. It's got this nice opening bass riff. The music just perfectly captures the feeling of the lyrics, and quite frankly, the lyrics are everything in this song. I mean, the music's fantastic, but this song is all about the lyrics. I mean, they're so good I actually had to write down one of the lines. I'm not special, I'm just broken, and I don't want to be fixed. Just poetry. Like, really, this song is stupid good. If you disagree, drop a comment, let me know why you disagree. If you agree, drop a comment, let me know that I'm not crazy, that this is just a fantastic song. One more song. This is the last song. Let's see if the album ends strong, because I can definitely tell you that the album's getting better as I go through it, which is always a nice thing to see. So let's see how Broken Needle is. Okay, just another fantastic song with amazing lyrical content. Broken Needle has this acoustic opening. It almost felt like a little bit of a nod to Johnny Cash. This one is more like a power ballad, but it's done differently than how We Are Chaos is. We Are Chaos is kind of more of a power ballad that's just a standalone song. This is really a phenomenal end to the album because it's got that acoustic opening, it's got the power ballad aspects. The bridge has this build that really drops you right into this outro chorus that's super strong, and then after that outro chorus, it goes back into the acoustic guitar with some more instrumentation layering, but all of the rest of it's subtle. But it ends on the acoustic guitar, and it's just a fantastic way to end the album. All in all, this album's really, really good. I didn't know what to expect because I'd never heard a Manson album front to back. You know, like I said, I just kind of listened to whatever's on the radio, never really sought out the albums, but this far exceeded my expectations. This album was in the can before the pandemic started, but a lot of the songs really kind of speak to what a lot of people are going through in the pandemic. Like, it's kind of, in a lot of ways, the perfect pandemic album. Excellent job, Marilyn Manson. 2 thumbs up. Go check out the album. Subscribe to the channel, leave comments, give this video a like. You keep making beautiful music, and I will see you in the next video.